Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, here come my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two Gold in the building, bro. What's good?
Man, first and foremost, man, cheers to the WWE at Monday Night Raw for a 30th birthday today, as they have given us 30 years of. I ain't gonna lie, even if they had some down years or down shows, it's been 30 years of some good wrestling, man, and some entertaining stuff that we've seen. As we are now getting the promo for the new WWE 2K23
I'm
edition
not
with
gonna
John
lie.
Cena.
Hey, I've been seeing them screenshots and the gameplay online. I ain't gonna lie. It's looking alright, man. It's looking alright.
Yeah, it's looking all right, but I ain't getting it no time soon because all the people I want to play with is on 22. But anyway, with that being said, shout out to WWE and Raw Monday Night Raw for 30. And that's what we're gonna sit here and talk about, man. We're gonna talk about Raw 30. We're gonna talk about some segments and some stuff that's happened from the past years, and we're gonna sit here and talk to the people, man. So, bro, with that being said, man, let's go, man. As the Miz is in the ring, and he's probably gonna say nothing.
Absolutely, man. All right, so first of all, we started off tonight, and I was kind of curious. I'm like the balls on WWE to start off this night with Hulk Hogan as the very first thing. I guess you want to rip the Band-Aid off, and he came out, and yeah, bro, the whole segment was just not destined to happen. I mean, he came out, the audio on this mic was terrible, kept cutting in, cutting out. They pulled the plug on it really quick, and the crowd let Hulk Hogan and WWE know what they thought about the Hulkster. And then of course he had Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, as well. He was out there with him as well. And we had that whole segment. As right now we had Kevin Owens stunning the Miz out of nowhere. Sure. And then, bro, we got probably the segment of the night. I'm not gonna say probably, it was the segment of the night. We got Roman Reigns, we got the Bloodline, we got Sami Zayn, and we got the tribal court of Sami Zayn. Is he guilty? Is he not guilty? Paul Heyman came up with all kind of evidence and exhibit A's, B's, C's, D's, E's, F's, and G's on why he feels the honorary Us, Sami Zayn should be found guilty. But then, right when Roman Reigns, the leader, the tribal chief, the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, gave the order for the Hitman Solo Sikoa, the Street Fighter of the Islands, to put them paws on that boy Sami Zayn, out of nowhere came that boy, main event Jey Uso, and he stopped my boy from getting spiked. And the whole crowd was like, oh, really? Never in a million years would we have thought Jey Uso would be the one to save Sami Zayn from a tribal chief ass whooping. And then guess what? We get a video package of Jay's owns, and it shows all the times that Sami Zayn has stuck his neck out, put his body on the line, took an L for the Bloodline, did it for the ones, put himself as number 2, and then Roman Reigns says, you know what? You better be lucky Jay has your back because you just bought yourself a few more days. Tonight's going to be one of the final tests. And then after that, I don't want to see you at any other promotion, any other events. I don't want to see your ass at the Royal Rumble. Too cold, man. I thought this was done pretty masterfully. What are your thoughts? What does Too Cold think of the tribal chief and the whole court of Sami Zayn?
I thought the court was cool. I actually didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was funny that as the Miz gets up to take another stunner, so he gets his moment of Raw 30. I thought that the court was cool. The fact that now that Paul Heyman is he's the one calling out Sami Zayn. He's the one that's like, what's going on, Kevin? That Paul's the one calling out, Sami as the rat, in the group. And look, I've been saying it. I've been saying what the setup should be. So therefore, I'm not surprised by what I'm seeing. I'm just surprised we're getting it now, but it makes sense for the build up for what's going to come Saturday. So when Paul got to his exhibit, the prosecutor's exhibits, yeah, they were some questionable moments that you had to question Sami's motives on. But again, like you said, Jey Uso, which made sense. If anybody was going to come to his defense, it was going to be Jey, because Jey was the number one guy that was against Sami being a part of the group. So it only made sense that after he took so much shit for not being with it, that he's like, well, I didn't finally got with it. So now, bro, now I'm with it now, man. Like, nah, man, he just stuck his neck out. Y'all told me I'm tripping. So I sat back and I watched. And damn, you know what? I'm tripping. This dude is with us. He's family. He's sticking his
Yeah,
nose out for us. So
yeah,
it only made sense. And then of course what Roman said, I'm gonna say you're not guilty for now, and you gonna help out for tonight. But I don't want to see you until Saturday when you got one more test to prove your loyalty. It makes sense. Why?
yeah.
Because he's facing Kevin Owens, and we want to see if they're gonna finally pull the plug on the bloodline now, or they're gonna wait and it's gonna happen later.
Tuco, man, speaking of pulling the plug on the bloodline, there was a moment that happened a little later on in the show, and I definitely want to bring some attention to it because we talk about Easter eggs, we talk about attention to detail, and there was quite a bit of attention to detail that I spied with my little eye that I saw a little later on. We got Earl in the booth. Earl, what's going on, Brody?
Earl.
What's
All
good?
I
As we
know
have
is,
that.
man, what do you say?
Oh, my bad, my bad.
What do you say? All it is, this better not flip to Lesnar versus Reigns.
Nah,
I
not
hope
this
not.
time. Not this
No,
time.
I hope not.
Not
I
this
hope
time.
not.
I mean,
No, I hope not.
because you got too many, you got too many players to work with. I mean, you still got Drew, you got Seth, which seems to be a reasonable. You still got Seth. You can play on that. You still got who else you got? Drew, Seth,
Cody.
uh, Cody,
I no. Take
Sammy,
Drew off that. No, no,
Jay.
no. Take no. Take Drew off of that. Take Drew off that list. I'm not
Okay,
looking to see Drew for a championship opportunity no time soon. It's
okay,
gonna
but
be
you
Cody or Seth or Sammy. One of them three gonna end up getting a title shot.
for sure, for sure. And then let's see. Hold on, we got that. We got that. What else? Okay. And then so man, for the first match tonight, we got the Raw Tag Team Championships being defended. We got the Usos versus Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. First of all, hold on, hold your horses, because the first hour and some change of Monday Night Raw was commercial free. And bro, I must say, Dominic Mysterio aside, this match was fucking crazy. Damian Priest, the big man, doing all kind of flippy doody, whoopty hoochie doo shenanigans. Bro, oh, what did you think of this match? By the way, I damn near had a heart attack. It was about 10 damn near falls that looked like it could have truly been the end of the night for one of these two teams.
Um, First of all, I gotta mention this, man, because the wifey noticed it.
Talk to
That
me.
Dom got a new teardrop eye tattoo on his face. So she was trying to figure out who did Dom kill. I said maybe some roaches. I'm like, did he step on him or did Rhea step on him? I'm like, look, I don't know, but look, either way it go, he's claiming a death as a death. Uh, but dude,
He claiming the death is a death. All
he
deaths
claiming a death as a death. All deaths matter. Look, bro, the match was cool. The match
yeah,
was cool. When it was the Usos versus Dom. I mean, Dom looked at like Dom. He looked at green as shit. He played his part. But again, still, I'm not buying the bad boy act, man. Again, I laugh every time I see Dom. I do not take Dom serious. When Rhea Ripley's putting her arm around him and talk, I take none of that seriously, man. It's I laugh at it every time. I laugh at him because I just can't take him seriously as
yeah,
this new bad boy, man. It's just everything they've done, man, just ends up looking. It just don't seem to work in the way that they think it is. It's more comedic than it is him being a legit bad boy. I told you he's got to do something drastic, and when he does it, it has to be to his father. Like he has to do something seriously drastic for him, people to really, really hate him and not just laugh at him. Uh, but then after that, Jay tried to do a suicide dive. It looked like when he jumped, you could see it that he kind of maybe pulled a muscle or something or sprained his knee because he didn't get the full length of the dive. So of course, man, he couldn't finish the match. Then they had Sammy. Sammy offered to take his spot. Pierce let it happen. Sammy, of course, the crowd was going crazy. And like you said, it did look like it could be over for them because there were a couple of times where I thought, damn, Judgment Day is going to get the opportunity. Sammy going to look bad.
hmm
Now this would be the first domino of the fall because once one of them lose the first one of those championships, that's going to be the domino for the next few to to go down the line. But it didn't happen just yet, and they were able to pull it out. And Sammy, he looked at them tag team titles, man.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah,
I
yeah,
if
yeah.
it doesn't turn out to be, and I mean this, if it doesn't turn out to be Sammy or Kevin Owens again to face Roman for the WWE championships, I wouldn't mind seeing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the tag team titles and let them take the titles off of them, and then you can do all that separation or whatever, however long this go. But I thought all of this would start after the Royal Rumble, but because of the match happening at the Royal Rumble, I understand why it started a little early. Why they're starting the speculation of Sammy's loyalty.
Yeah, and that was a little attention to detail I was talking about because after Sammy got the pinfall victory or whatever for the Usos, you seeing him, he kind of looked at those titles, you kind of see him looking like, damn, this could be me right now. This could be me. And then once he realized, like, oh wait, after the announcer announced that it was and still the Usos, the reality kind of set in for Sammy as he gave Jimmy's set of titles back to Jay, and kind of went on about his business. And then, bro, after this, man, so we get a segment. We get that boy. Whose game is it? LA Knight. Yeah. He came out, cut a promo on Bray Wyatt, the pitch black match in the Firefly Funhouse. And then out of nowhere, out came the Undertaker, came out in his American badass persona, which to me, I liked it, man. It was cool because I believe we haven't seen the American badass since 2003, 4-ish. As
Yeah,
far as,
yeah, yeah.
as
It's
far
been a
because I
while.
remember. Yeah, because he got buried and came back as the Phenom. So, it's been damn near 20 years since we've seen this version of Taker. He came out, LA Knight cut a promo on him. Out goes the lights. Out comes Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt backs LA Knight back into the corner. LA Knight goes back in the ring. Look like he about to get toe slammed by the Undertaker. Undertaker throws LA Knight back to Bray Wyatt for Sister Abigail. These two stare off in the middle of the ring. The crowd chants, holy shit, holy shit. And then before the Undertaker walks out the ring and leaves his yard, he whispers sweet nothings in the ear of Bray Wyatt, which sent the internet crazy because people are like, yo, one, this is the passing of the torch that we wish we would have got some years ago. Two, even though we never got the match for the Undertaker to be in the position he's in now, fully retired, at least as it seems, okay, at least we eventually did get some type of acknowledgement between the two. And this is where I talk about attention to detail. Was it what we would have liked as fans? No, we would have preferred a match, but guess what? That ship is coming, going to sell, but too cold. What did you think of this? And then with the cosign of the Undertaker publicly, do we see this as Bray Wyatt finally getting that stamp of approval and be protected going forward in his run?
Um, as far as the LA Knight stuff, that was whatever. Um, Undertaker coming out as the American Badass, that was cool. That was a big hog he was trying to get around the ring. He
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
crashed. He almost crashed at the pole at the end, but
You seen that
he
too?
swerved out the way. He swerved out the way just in time. But no, as far as then Bray coming out and them two standing in the ring, yeah, you're absolutely right. I said that when me and the wife were sitting here watching it, because she's she loves she's been watching wrestling with me as long as I've been watching it. One of the reasons why we got married, sitting and watching wrestling. But she noticed that Bray Wyatt should have been, that second choice. Like always asked, like why she asked me why didn't he get that, that blessing? And I'm like, because Vince didn't respect it the way that we saw it. Like Vince didn't look at it the way that we looked at it and thought that, man, if there was ever anybody that could have that type of persona or be close to it and on the level of an Undertaker, because you got to mind you, the Undertaker was able to do this pre-media, pre-social media,
Yeah,
pre-internet, and all that. So it
yeah,
was more of a mystique. Where
yeah,
now Bray Wyatt had to figure out a different way to do it, but he found another way to do it where he had that following. And
Yeah.
we would have loved that passing of the torch when it was at its peak,
Mhm.
because Bray Wyatt, the cult leader, was at his peak. And if he would have gotten that, that would have been awesome. And that probably would have did something great for him moving forward. But it was cool that, for the Undertaker to whisper some words to him. And I'm pretty sure, man, that just probably just that just humbled the inside of Bray Wyatt so much because of who the Undertaker is and the respect that he garners for being that person for so long. Even when it did transition to the internet and we all found out, but yet he was still able to be that presence that we all love and respected. So I had no problem with that. Is it late? Yes. Do we wish it would have been respected and happened then? Hell yeah, man. But for that little interaction, for what it was, this is like the new old of the Undertaker. He's gone. He's out. He was retired. He ain't in the game, but he is who he is. And this is the new Bray Wyatt. This is Bray coming back, kind of reborn or whatever. And it's just that, yeah, bro. Like I told my wife, evil recognizing evil. So I had no problem with it. It was cool. It's late, but I'm glad we got it in whatever fashion that it's more respectable.
Yeah, and like I said, man, it was just cool, man, to let them two kind of sit there in the ring, kind of simmer in that moment, and to watch the
Hmm.
crowd go crazy, and you kind of see the humanness of Bray, right? Because the way he's just staring, after the Undertaker, whispered whatever he whispered in his ear, and you can kind of tell, like, he had that moment for a split second where it's like, damn, dude, like, finally, like, it's here, like, literally, it's here, like everything I've worked towards for 1 second, man, it finally paid off. And I thought that was cool because, you see what the Undertaker cosign can do. I mean, look at the guy that's on the cover of this year's WWE 2K, John Cena. Cosign from that guy, and it sent that man to the moon for the next 20-something years. So Undertaker, like you said, he's that dog in the industry, man, that commands that respect. So no, you was right, 100%.
No, no, but not just the respect, but the character, man. Like I say,
Yeah.
man, you just to be that like the Undertaker, man. Like, dude, you don't know how many little kids this dude scared. Like,
Oh,
man,
I
he
know.
had little kids having nightmares, man. People,
Yeah.
people feared this man because
Yeah.
you just didn't know. And for Bray Wyatt to kind of be that guy that's mysterious, mystique,
Yeah.
and ominous, and all of that, and creepy, and just all the things that just make a good villain or a bad guy or ominous evil being or whatever.
Yeah.
He found a way to do it, man. And I never thought I would see anybody that would reach halfway to the level of the Undertaker. And
Right.
it was just messed up that Vince didn't respect it like he did. But we could talk about that all night, man. Let's keep going because Bobby Lashley giving it to that boy Austin Theory right now on the outside.
Yeah, hey man, that boy putting them paws on Theory. All right, this one next up, man. We supposed to have had a match, steel cage match. It's supposed to have been Bayley versus Becky Lynch, but Damage Control ended up jumping Becky Lynch before the match even really got underway. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. Actually, I'm not kind of. I'm very disappointed in that.
Actually, I'm not. I'm actually, you know what? To be honest, it's Raw 30. It would have been a hell of a match. But when I saw that it wasn't the main event, I'm like, something bad's gonna happen. Like, I don't know if this was gonna.
mm,
I felt because I thought it was gonna be the main event. Now, if it was the
yeah,
main event, I felt it would have happened. But
yeah.
because it wasn't the main event and they came on as early as it did, I'm like, ooh, I
My
don't think
thing
this
is,
gonna
you
happen.
really wasted a whole ass. You really wasted people putting together a steel cage for that. Like,
Hey,
y'all
man,
could have
look,
found nothing else to do.
they had well, but first and foremost, let's be honest, man. Okay, uh, there wasn't much else for them to do. I mean, all they would have had to did was come down and put the cage together and run back. They would have went back to catering. They look, these guys only look. It's not like you had to come out and change the ring every 5 seconds. It's just the cage. It wasn't too much, product moving they had to do for this show. So that wasn't nothing, man. That was just. Hell, man, that was probably an extra $5 in their pocket, man. that was nothing, man. But
I'm gonna tell Tony
um,
what you said.
it's just He
that
don't
man
work for
said they're gonna pay
WWE,
you
so it's not the
$5
same.
for that cake.
Nah, he don't work for WWE. It's not the same. But nah, man. It in a way, if they found a way to make this match for the Royal Rumble, I probably would
Yeah.
like it better there. I mean, Raw, sure. But
You know, I didn't think about that.
I think the pay per view would have been better. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping maybe they set something up for the pay per view by the time we get to SmackDown Friday.
Man, speaking of, getting to SmackDown Friday and just in general,
Mhm.
so we had a segment, man. We had DX come out, we had, X Pac, we had Road Dogg, we had Shawn Michaels, Triple H, the whole nine. And so the first thing that caught my attention was when DX came out. I seen DX. And then like the camera kind of panned to the right in the corner.
Oh,
I
it's
seen
true. It's
and I
true.
seen
It's
Kurt
it's
Angle,
damn true. It's
but I
damn
was
true.
but I was looking to myself like, when the hell did Kurt come out? I didn't see him on stage with DX. And then so when they started doing the who, and then they look like Kurt, what the hell you doing here? I was like, what the hell? So that was a funny little moment. And then of course, man, so they were gonna do their whole spiel. Then we got Imperium coming out, which I thought was cool, man. Because now you got DX and Imperium in the ring. I knew there was no way in hell that DX old asses were gonna fight Imperium. So then they were like, well,
Hell no.
who do
Hell
we
no.
got coming out? And then Seth Rollins came out. I'm like, okay, interesting. And then they were like, well, what if we if we could only have just two more people? I'm like, then the Street Profits came out. I'm like, random, but I like it. Seth Rollins and the Street Profits. And then they went on to have a 3-on-3 match, man, against Imperium with Kurt Angle as a special guest referee. I actually enjoyed this match. Didn't really know what to expect, but I enjoyed it, man. What were your thoughts on it? Oh shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Real talk for
I'm
real
not gonna
fans.
lie. I thought the OC was gonna come out. When Triple H hinted on, man, I wish there was somebody that would come out and face these guys. You know why I thought them? Because it's the OC, because it's the club. Exactly.
Yeah,
I figured that's why they would come out. And
yeah.
I figured, well, it's Imperium, it's AJ Styles, it's the OC.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah.
But then they had to remember, damn it, Styles is hurt.
He sure is. He got that messed
I'm
up
like,
ankle.
damn, he's hurt. He can't come out. Damn. So it was Seth Rollins and the Street Profits. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I'm not gonna say it wasn't cool. I enjoyed the match. It was, for what it was. They had some little spots. They did some ankle locks and some angle slams. To pay homage to Kurt Angle and whatnot, being in Philadelphia. Being from Pennsylvania. Well, he's from Pittsburgh, but Philadelphia, same home, whatever. But no, the match was cool. Excuse me, the match was cool, and I didn't have a problem with it. But yeah, that was like, man, that would have been like the OC would have made so much different because they would have came out, they would have did the too sweet, they would have talked their little talk, and that would have been a nice little back and forth match for them. So that, that's what I was thinking. But like I said, I had to remember like, oh yeah, Styles is hurt. Fuck, man, fuck.
Yeah, I was just like, But so that was that. We ended up getting Rollins picking up the victory for the tag team. Then we get
Mhm.
Bobby Lashley in the back. He getting interviewed about this upcoming match later on in the night for the United States Championship in the main event against that boy man Austin Theory. And then who else pops up in the frame? We got that boy MVP. MVP starting to slowly work his hand at trying to reform the Hurt business. I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm all here for it. Then after that, we get a segment. We get Ric Flair coming out to introduce Charlotte. Charlotte comes out. She's like, even though I'm technically a SmackDown superstar, Raw is always my home. Out comes the EST of WWE, the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. These two have an exchange of words. Then again, out comes Sonya Deville. And then Sonya Deville's talking all her crap, and then she ended up finding herself in the match with the EST of WWE, the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. Ended up picking up the victory. Too cold. Why do they keep trying to shove Sonya Deville down our throats?
Because I don't have an answer, man. I don't know, and I wish they would stop. I'm at a point now, man, where it's like I I don't even want to see Sonya because I just don't her character and I feel like she needs to go away for a while and just come back and
Yeah.
like sometimes going away for a while kind of finding kind of getting a fresh a restart a little breather for a minute and then coming back is a good
Mhm.
thing for a person and I feel like she needs that because I feel like she's been this constant person that's just been this whiny person that's just been having these matches but losing and getting her ass whooped or whining. I just don't. I, she needs to go away for a while. You came back as the general. You left her for a while because of the stalkers thing that was going on. Then you came back, you were the general manager, and then that went the way it went. And then you came back as a wrestler, but you weren't really being seen that much because you really wasn't like, you wasn't that thing, you wasn't that popping thing, so nobody really cared to see you. So now, you know, there's more opportunity, and flexibility with people getting, ring time and stuff. But I feel like she needs to go away for 3 to 4 months, like no Sonya Deville for 3 to 4 months, and just show up at a random moment in time and do some real damage. Like
Yeah.
just and then maybe that will do something for her. But right now, man, it's just I'm just come on, man. Enough of this.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing. And then of course, man. So after that, we get a segment. We get Bianca Belair pretty much, calling out Alexa Bliss, and she ain't forgot what Alexa did. And we get Alexa coming on the screen. Next thing you know, of course, we got just an announcement. We already knew Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair. Julie says Roman was so great tonight. Roman definitely he's up this game with his character, man. His facial expressions, the whole bloodline in general, this whole angle. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Ronda Rousey, by the way, is out of the Royal Rumble. So I don't know if anybody cares to hear that, but she will not be winning the Royal Rumble this year. So yay! So hopefully Shayna Baszler does. And then, of course, man, so now we
Yeah.
are here in the main event. We got that boy, man, the big brown mound of sound, Bobby Lashley, going up against Mr. All Day, A-Town Down, WWE United States Champion Austin Theory, too, Cole, man. What are your thoughts on this match so far?
So far, man, these guys no disqualification, so they're bringing out the fire extinguishers, the tables, they're throwing it. They're being brutal to each other. Austin Theory has definitely stepped up a level.
Yeah.
He's trying to bang with this
Ooh,
mammoth beef. That's this mammoth beast that is Bobby Lashley, who just picked him up and put him through a
you
table.
saw how easy that table
Uh,
broke? AEW could never.
man, sometimes,
Uh-oh,
man,
uh-oh, uh-oh. Somebody coming out.
but of course, why
Oh,
not? Because if you thought this was over, it's not over. Because they gotta.
wow.
I
We
think
get
Triple
Bobby
H is.
versus Brock
I
again.
think Triple H is gonna pay this off. Promise. I think we gotta finally get a proper match here,
Bro, are
man.
we
And I'm
gonna
not
get this?
saying it's got to be.
Are we gonna work
I'm
our
not
way to
saying it.
Mania? Or are we gonna work our
I,
way to Mania?
possibly, but we don't need a long match. But we gotta have a proper something between these two, man.
Oh,
Like you gotta do something. You can't
oh,
keep giving us these BS kind of situations.
Brock
Like this is
Lesnar
way
just
overdue.
Bobby
This is
Lashley.
way overdue.
We about to run it back. We about to run it back. Oh, we about to run it back. Oh wait, he F5 Theory too. What
Oh
the
yeah.
hell?
But he about to F5 him on top of Bobby. One,
Wow.
two,
Hey, it's
three.
funny because somebody just said Brock better not come back and win the Rumble. And here he is causing havoc at
No,
the end of the main event.
I mean I can see him being in the Rumble, but I have a feeling him and Bobby last year just are going to have a
Ah,
they're going to have a thing. They're going to have a thing. They're going to WrestleMania. That's going to be a match for WrestleMania.
can
But
you
I feel like
imagine?
they're gonna have a better. I feel like they'll probably have a proper match for WrestleMania this time. I'm gonna hope because Triple H is running it. I'm gonna hope.
Can you imagine how much money they probably paid? They just paid Brock Lesnar just now just to come out there and do that shit. Do you know how much money they paid that man to get off his couch? Ah,
Hey, first of all, Vince
life.
did that shit. Vince did that. Vince signed him to that deal. So it is what it is. Hey, Brock, we need you. Hey, Come, just show up. That's really what it is. It's a Brock. We just need you for this. Show up. So Royal Rumble. Can he tease being a Royal Rumble? Sure. Can he come out and be in a Royal Rumble? Sure. Because him and Bobby Lashley ended up fighting and both getting tossed out and don't even matter for the Royal Rumble. Sure. Yes, I did notice, Leo, how Raw just cut off like
abruptly as
like
hell.
it's time consumed. Like it's like, oh, time to go. Like, come on, man. Like Brock didn't even get out the ring fast enough before the show went off. And the new show, and I'm looking at Blake Shelton. Yeah, there he is. Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
I was getting him mixed up. Blake Shelton Benjamin up there on the stage singing and shit with Nikki Bella. Oh wow, okay. Now it's definitely time for me to turn this off. But yeah, no, man. This is a nice little setup. It's Raw 30. You know, you got Brock Lesnar. You got the little legends. You got. Did we get to see anybody that we want to see? Not really. Oh, not to mention, Baron Corbin won $1 million, and then IRS came and took his money. And of course, we got to see Ron Simmons, and then we got to see Ted DiBiase, and $1 Million Man, and we got to see the Godfather, DDP. And we got to see Ric Flair and DDP and Medusa, and sure, we got to see the people we kind of always kind of see, but you know, no one that is like, oh man, I ain't seen them in years showed up, or oh my god, I can't believe they showed up. We didn't get that, and we don't get those anymore, and so that was the kind of the down point for it, because it's 30 years of Raw.
It's like with these shows, it's like with these shows they do the usual suspects, like bro,
and they do. I thought Chris Jericho. Like, I thought I saw a thing where Jericho was gonna get a little promo for Raw. Like, we was gonna get a little say something. Like, I thought that would have been cool, but I see that didn't happen. Austin didn't make no little promo. Like nobody. Like it was like it's just it basically became just kind of a what is it? A Superstars Raw, an all Raw, all WWE kind of show. Yeah, kind of show, but you know, it also continued to build forth with the storyline of the Royal Rumble and the matches and everything that went forth. So it kind of gave us the celebration of Raw 30th by just showing moments, which, of course, was some great moments, man. I, never forget Austin with the beer truck. Never forget the 1, 2, 3 Kid pinning Razor Ramon. Just a lot of different moments and stuff that happened. Mick Foley winning, Mark Henry having sex with Mae Young and giving birth to a hand. Val Venus getting his penis cut off. It was just so many. It was just so many, moments, man. Stephanie McMahon getting ready to get sacrificed to the devil. Shit. I mean, it's just some shit.
Or her having a love angle with Eric Bischoff, Justice.
Man, oh my God, man. Or Snitsky kicking a baby. Either way it go, there's always been some type of moment.
Michael Cole a love tap.
and telling him and reading him a poem.
Bruh. Can you imagine them having to rehearse that? Oh God.
Roses are red. Violets were blue. What the fuck?
You taste like popcorn chicken.
Like, what is wrong with this dude? Man, but just some stupid shit. A lot of fun stuff. But no, man, I felt like that was lackluster of this type of show. But at least they kept the stories moving forward as far as the pay-per-view and whatnot. And they even added a couple of elements with Brock coming out. Now we kind of know, or at least feel, there'll be a few surprises and maybe that's the thing. Maybe they were saving some surprises for the Royal Rumble.
Which, by the way, they said that WWE is actually very, very pleased with the surprises they got this year. So that could mean something. It could mean nothing. But the fact that they've come out and said so really quick, they said 2 reasons. A lot of people were kind of upset at the fact that Cody Rhodes was announced as early as he was. But WWE came out and said, well, it was pretty much a foregone. Like everybody already knew anyway. So like, why not announce it? Plus, they were like, they weren't worried about that announcement because they got so many quote unquote surprises that they feel that the crowd to be happy with anyway. But
Excuse me.
WWE's definition of what makes the fans happy and what really makes the fans happy sometimes don't always go hand in hand. So we shall see. You know.
And that's the thing, man. It's like, oh, so they're happy. Well, yeah, they're happy. Yeah, they've been happy for the last 10 years, and that shit been crap half the time. Only maybe one or two people showing up was a big, huge thing, man. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna think that I'm gonna hope that we'll see a few people that we ain't seen before, or maybe see somebody we never thought we seen.
Yeah.
I wanna lean more to the latter. I want to think we'll see some people we haven't thought we would see in Royal Rumble and it being the Royal Rumble. I mean, we got that with Mickie James being the Impact World Champion. She got to show up in the Women's Royal Rumble, so I wouldn't be surprised if we wouldn't got that. We would know a surprise for this one coming up this year. WWE they're trying to actually open up the forbidden door. They've finally taken off all the locks and the extra barricade that Vince had up there because that door has been buried because Vince refused to ever do anything with it. But Triple H, man, he's finally almost got the door almost cracked open. So we gonna see what he can pull off. But yeah, man, that's the show, man. It was Raw 30. It was what it was. It was nice to see some stuff, like I say, for memory lane purposes, but it was an okay show, man. Good couple of matches. Good setup for moving forward. Definitely looking forward to the Kevin Owens Roman Reigns match. Of course, the Royal Rumbles are what they are, self-explanatory. I don't have to go into that. Alexa Bliss versus not Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. Definitely looking forward to that. And it's another match, the Lights Out match. I'm just curious to see what it does and if it will be good, great, bad, terrible, horrible, what? I don't know. I'm just curious to see what it's gonna be.
No, I mean I'm right there with you. We let's see. We got Dynamite Wednesday, and then we got a Block Party Friday, man. So we got two more podcasts, man.
Man, dude, oh my God, man, what is wrong with you, man? We're talking about the Royal Rumble. Man, stop trying to avoid this ass whooping. You see how he trying to avoid this ass whooping for 2023 because he know that the king is coming for him, man. You don't even want to tell the people we got to do a prediction show. You don't even want to talk about the predictions. You just want to avoid the ass whooping coming, man. I see what you on, man. I see what you on, man. I see what you on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know what, folks? Maybe we'll do a prediction show. I don't know. We'll see what the franchise wants to do. We'll see how he feels.
Leo says franchise trying to skip right over the Rumble. Nah, not that.
Man, get your boy Leo. I'm just saying, man. He just dynamiting to Friday and Saturday, bro. What the predictions at? We got to predict. We got to get the people predictions.
My bad, man. My bad. I ate a little bit of spaghetti. I got a little bit of the itis. I kind of forgot.
That's all good, man. That's all
Earl
good.
says he thinking Naomi and Sasha coming back. Sasha knows she with New Japan, but Naomi for sure. I think Naomi for sure.
I mean, Sasha could get a Mickie James type.
That is true. That is true.
You can get that.
With New Japan. That's true.
You can get that. You can get that. Like she could show up, kind of just like for a one-off, and then go back to New Japan. But I doubt it. But it could happen like that.
Plus, I can't see her coming back right before New Japan and then losing in the Rumble and then got to go fight Kairi Sane, and we supposed to believe she's gonna win the title. So
right. That's why I said maybe.
Hey, you see, that's the thing. That's why it's fun to speculate because you know what, man, it's the world of professional wrestling. Anything can happen. As they say in the business, never say never. And with that being said,
card subject to change.
You know this, man. And with that being said, hold on before I start that, man. If you haven't already, go check out our last few interviews, man. Our last 2 weeks worth of interviews. Gail Kim, Mickie James. Yes, sir. Right up the tab. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold. He is your King Tuco, and we are the GOW, the Generation of Wrestling Podcast. And until next time, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.